last mantra we had chanted, 9th mantra of the 6th chapter. न तस्य कश्चित् प्रतिरस्ति लोके न चेशिता नैव च तस्य लिङ्गम् सकारणं करणादिपादिकः न चास्य कश्चित् जनिता न चाधिपः Okay, now actually not required, we have done already. It is the ultimate reality. It is the ultimate ruler. And ruler here, not in the sense of some king or some dictator, by being adhishthanam, by being the provider, the lender of existence and consciousness, it is the ruler of all. Now, in the next mantra, which is one of the popular mantras, oft quoted mantra of this Upanishad. एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्षः सर्वभूतादिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च एको देवः सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वव्यापी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा कर्माध्यक्षः सर्वभूतादिवासः साक्षी चेता केवलो निर्गुणश्च. The ultimate reality called Brahma is presented by different words. Knocking off various doubts, various misconceptions we may have. In fact, Shastra, Vedanta Shastra has its validity in dismissing the misconception about Brahma, which is Atma. Brahman is self-evident self. But this about this Brahman, which is self-evident self, there are so many misconceptions. And the Shastra's job is to remove that misconception. And when all misconceptions are removed, then what remains is the self-evident self without any misconception. So, Shastra's job is to turn this misconceived self into truly known self, truly evident self, or the self without misconception. Present condition is self. Brahman is available as the self, but the self with misconception. And the job of Shastra is to make me see this Brahman as the self without misconception. Siddham tu nivartakatvat. In Mandukya Upanishad, Mandukya Karika, Bhashyakara quotes Dravidacharya. Shastrasya pramanyam siddham. The validity of the Shastra is established how? Nivartakatvat. Means Atat Dharma Nivartakatvat. By being a remover or negator of all misconceptions. So here also it is done. Ekaha Devaha. Devaha means it is self-effulgent. Self-effulgent means self-evident. it is not to be objectified by any means of knowledge, and therefore it is called Devaha. And Devaha, self-effulgent self, people may think that there are many. Therefore it is said, no, Ekaha. It is one. Even though appears to be many, generally our understanding is what? You are self, he is self, she is self, I am also self. All of us are what? Self, selves we are. So Shastra knocks off that particular misconception by saying Ekaha. But then what about our experience of manyness of the self? For that we give the answer that manyness belongs to this upadhi, adjunct, the conditioning factor. Like one akasha appears to be many because of many parts, even though akasha by itself is one. So I am consciousness like akasha who appears to be divided, but in reality I am one, ekaha. And that is why, this is by the way incidental note but useful. That is why Vedanta, if you want to assimilate this oneness of Atma, you need to be free from ragadvesha to people. Otherwise, how will you appreciate that I am the Atma in that person also? If you have got animosity with someone, then how can I be the self of that person? There will be rejection. That is why Vedanta is effective for those who are free from raga and dvesha, these likes and dislikes. There will not be anyone whom I dislike and therefore I cannot appreciate. Yet for a sadhaka, it is a nice policy that there is nobody in the world with whom I don't talk to. Everybody will have some people, I don't talk to that person. I don't talk to that person. I have kept in my life this policy. I don't have anyone with whom I don't talk to. There are some people who do not talk to me. There are some people, they have some difficulty. But I don't have. If I meet them, I will greet that person. So as a sadhaka, this policy, what? There is no one in the world whom I don't talk to. Yeah, I may not go all the way to talk to him, but he happens to be in front of me or he smiles or something, I will definitely respond. Even if he doesn't respond, I will at least greet the person if I know him. That is very important. Then only I am ekaha will be your intimate appreciation. Otherwise it will be just, Shastra bolta hai, Atma ek hai. Shastra says Atma is one. But for that you have to prepare your mind where you do not have animosity with anyone. People may have because they may have some misunderstanding. I did not have. Ekaha, I, consciousness, am one self among all. Ekaha. And that is further said, Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha. It is available in all the living beings to begin with. Afterward we will say in all beings, but to begin with, Sarva Bhuteshu. I am present in all beings, all living beings. But then how come everybody is not appreciating? Gudaha. Gudaha means hidden. It is not Gudaha. Guda means jagir. So don't say I am Gudaha. You are Guda also. Gudaha. Anadi avidyaya aham mama abhimanena samrudaha. I am covered, as it were, by this aham mama abhimana. I am this much alone. This much alone is mine. this I notion and my notion born of avidya, because of which I am Gudaha. This Parvatma, Brahma is hidden. Samrutaha, hidden. Now it is hidden. Gudaha. So you take everything lightly. Otherwise, oh, who is doing? Yeah. So earlier I was a little bit strong about this, but now I have become, I said, just laugh. Gudaha. Because sometimes it happens with us only, no? I remember when Puja Swamiji's program was there some years ago, maybe 20 years ago or something. And that time somebody had given me the phone recently. And I was not know how to switch off and all this. And during that talk only, I don't know what to do. Then somebody had taught me one thing. He said, if you don't know anything, you remove the battery. I did it, I did something like that. That is the easiest thing. All right. Okay, good. I don't know, you people are very inspiring people. I must thank you. Because you are invoking this humor in me. That our understanding asked how, I think credit goes to you. Because you are laughing, then only I can make you laugh. Okay. Asantam hasayati. So, gudaha. So, Atma, even though present, but it is gudaha. It is hidden because of aham mama abhimana. Since I have identification in this body, therefore what is my feeling? I am here only. Atma is here only. Atma is there, I will not say. For maximum Swamiji, I can have this I feeling with reference to my near and dear ones. It's me. Husband and wife, they say each other, no? Perhaps, we are one. I am you, you are me. Children, you are my life, you are my prana. All this they say. So with reference to mama, perhaps you can have this sense of I. Not outside that. So aham mama abhimana means identification with the body mind sense complex and the people. The Atma, even though present in all, gudaha. But if it is hidden, then generally things which are hidden are limited. The commentator says very nicely, Vastradi samvrutanam manyadinam yatha paricheda. Now you people know a little bit Sanskrit, so I can speak. So, just as the gem, etc., which is covered by some cloth, piece of cloth. So we have found that that which is hidden has limitation. Like gem, people cover with so many boxes. One small box, then bigger box, then bigger box, and bigger box. So generally that which is hidden is limited. So maybe Atma is hidden, therefore limited. To knock off that possibility, Sarva Vyapi. It is all pervasive. Sarvam Vyapnoti iti Sarva Vyapi. Pervasive is pervading all. How does it pervade all? Like Akasha. But when we say it is pervading like Akasha, then we may have this doubt. What doubt? Akasha is Anatma. Similarly, this reality, Devaha, also may be Anatma. Therefore, it is said, Sarva Bhutantaratma. It is the very inner self of all beings, all living beings to begin with, and later on, all beings. I am the inner content of all. We have seen The Vyapakatvam, pervasiveness, is in the form of being the content of all. Like clay pervades all pots by being the content of all pots, I pervade all by being the content of all. That is Sarva Bhutantar Atma, the inner self of all beings. All living beings to begin with, and then all beings. I can say I am the Atma of this pot also. Why? The content, the ultimate content of this pot is existence. That existence I am. Therefore, I am the content of all. Some people say, I don't like to be content of all. Then better you prepare yourself. See, we are going to see, one needs to have the love for what Brahman is. Because when I don't like somebody, Nirguna Brahma, I don't like him. बड़ा कलरफुल होना चाहिए ना everything something I like colorful. Some people don't like anything simple, everything colorful. Even they wear white dress, in that also they put some design. Design. That is how. So Brahman is like that. Do I appreciate, at least even before owning up Brahman as myself, do I feel very great about how nice that Brahman doesn't have any impurity, Brahman doesn't have any limitation, how great it is. That the love for Brahman alone will help you discover oneness. Otherwise, there will be emotional rejection. Emotional rejection of the self-knowledge. Right? These are so many things to be seen. Every word has something more to convey. Okay. Sarva Bhutantar Atma. And if it is Atma of everyone, then it will be limited by this law of karma. It will have punya papa, janma marana, etc. He said, no, karma dhyakshaha. It is sarva karmanam adhyakshaha niyanta. This Deva in his true nature, Atma in his true nature is Brahma, which is the niyanta, the ruler, the presiding one of all karma. Karmanam adhyakshaha. Adhyaksha means one who is presiding, in whose presence alone karma happens. From the Swarupa Drishti. And Upadhi, Maya Upadhi Drishti, we can say he rules over the karma of all. Karma Dhyaksha. And Sarva Bhutadi Vasaha. It is staying in all living beings as Atma. What was said, Sarva Bhutantar Atma, is further clarified. It is Sarva Bhuta Adhivasaha. It remains in all the Bhutas as the Atma. Sarvani Bhutani Atmatvena Adhikritya Vasati Adhivasati iti Adhivasaha. So one who is residing on all Bhutas. In all Bhutas means all living beings. Means there is no restriction for Atma. It is not Atma is there in only in good people. Sarva Bhuta. So that idea is emphasized. Many people may think that Swamiji, you are sannyasi, you have lived this life, therefore you are Brahman, but we cannot be Brahman. So people think that Atma is there only in some special people and not in all. In some religion, they thought that women do not have soul. Now afterwards they accept it. Only men have got soul. What is this? Now also some say animals don't have soul. There are some religions, they say animals do not have soul. Animals are made for consumption of human beings. Just that thinking. Even plants have got life. Animals, of course. Sarva Bhutadi Vasaha. This Devaha, this Chaitanya Swarupa Atma is staying in all without any exception. And it is Sakshi. Sakshi means Sakshat Ikshate, it is Sakshi. That which illumines the mind without any instrument is called Sakshi. Consciousness which illumines the mind without any instrument and without any involvement. Like the sun, Suryo Yatha, like the sun is the Sakshi of the entire world in physical sense. Similarly, I am Sakshi of the mind, and through the mind I am Sakshi of all. Because everything occurs in the mind and I illumine the mind, therefore I illumine everything. Directly I illumine the mind, and through the mind everything is illumined. And Sakshi word has got one connotation, one particular message, that I am not a Karta and Bhokta. Means I am not the doer. In my presence things happen, but I am not the doer. I am not Bhokta. In my presence experience takes place, but I am not the locus of experience. Experience is not happening in me, creating any modification. I am not a Bhokta. I am Sakshi. Cheta, Cheta means Chetaita, means I am enlivening this body mind sense complex. And for enlivening, I don't have to do anything. By mere presence, I enliven. Kevalaha means I am free from any duality. Nirupadikaha, that also is the meaning. I am free from any upadhi. Nirgunaha, I am attributeless. Sattva, Rajas, Tama, these three gunas are not there in me. All gunas are existent because of me existence, but they are not intrinsic to me. Therefore, I am Nirgunaha. And this Nirgunaha is said because when it is said I am Sakshi Cheta, means I am the one who is knowing everything, illumining everything. Then Nayayikas will say that Atma, Nayayika means logicians, they will say that Atma has got knowledge as his guna, quality. And to dismiss that possibility that knowledge is the quality of Atma, it is said Nirgunaha. So I am Sakshi not only of this Antakaranam, this body mind sense complex, I am the Sakshi of all Antakaranas. I am illumining all Antakaranas. Here people will say, we have discussed this point, that Swamiji, how come I do not know what is happening in other person's mind? That is a very common question people have. Swamiji, if I am Sakshi of all the minds, then I should be knowing. For that we say, Sakshi is not knowing things specifically the way Pramata knows. Sakshi is knowing, means Sakshi is illumining the mind which is having the object as its content. But Sakshi is not registering the content. Sakshi is illumining the content but not registering the content. And therefore, in particular body, particular mind is there, I, Sakshi, illumine that particular Antakarana, the content of that Antakarana. Like through one microscope, I illumine, I see what is there under that microscope. Another microscope, when I am associated, I see the whatever is there under that microscope. This is just a relative example. Idea is that even though Sakshi is one, but the content of the mind, a particular mind, is illumined by the Sakshi which is obtaining in that mind. Like Akasha is one, But the Akasha which is obtaining in this pot will be accommodating the water in this pot. Akasha in this pot will be accommodating the sugar, suppose you put, which is in this pot. So, Akasha is one, but it will be accommodating only the things which are there in that space which is contained by a conditioning matter. And therefore, I am Sakshi in all. I am Sakshi, I am witness principle, illumining all the minds. And Sarva Vyapi, I do not have any limitations. So I am Sakshi, who am all pervasive Brahma. That is the message in this shloka. Very important mantra of the Upanishad. Now in the next mantra, the glory of Paramatma is given, and also the surrender on the part of the disciple or the student is expressed. Very popular mantra, which is included as one Shanti Patha in 10 Shanti Patha. Traditionally, they chant 10 Shanti Patha. In that, one of them is this. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam. Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai. Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai. Tamhadeva Buddhi Prakasham. Tamhadeva Buddhi Prakasham. Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam. Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai. Tamhadeva Buddhi Prakasham. Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Yaha, one who, referring to Paramatma, Vidadhati, creates, Brahmanam. Brahmanam here refers to Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma, Mr. Saraswati. That Brahman. Mr. Saraswati, because sometimes the wife is known by husband, sometimes husbands are known by wife. Some wives are very creative, very popular, so the people will say, he is the husband of that popular lady. Similarly, here, Brahmanam is Brahmaji, Chaturmukha Brahma. So, Paramatma creates this Brahmaji. If you have seen one picture, Vishnu is there, from the navel of Vishnu, one lotus is coming out. And in that lotus, Brahmaji is springs forth. So that is a symbolical presentation of Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, if you remember, we have seen. Hiranyagarbha is Atma with Sukshma Prapancha, the subtle universe. So that Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha, represented by Brahmaji, Vidadhati. Paramatma creates that Brahmaji. Manifests that Brahmaji. For us, one important thing to be remembered, Vedanti, creation is manifestation. Creation is not really origination, creation is manifestation. It's a beautiful thing. So when you are teaching someone, you are not really creating knowledge, you are manifesting knowledge. When you are training someone, your attitude should be, already person has got goodness, already person has got skill, I have to bring it out. Like the gardener is not creating flowers. Gardener is providing the atmosphere, these surrounding necessary requirements so that flower comes. So, Vidadhati means manifest. Paramatma who manifests Brahmaji Purvam in the beginning of creation. and Yaha, one who, Paramatma, Prahinoti. Prahinoti means delivers, gives Vedansha, Vedan. He gives him Vedas. Paramatma gives Vedas to Brahmaji. Tasmai means to that Brahmaji. How did he give the teaching? Okay, better. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Then like that it is not. Agni like that it is not taught. It is just transferred from Vishnu's heart to Brahmaji's heart. And earlier days, people had difficulty to understand this. Nowadays, there is application, file transfer. Bluetooth, you just that. That's why see, the blue is also very important color. Our Vishnu is little bit, is always bluish there, this ocean and all. So Bluetooth transfer happens. Not like you and me chant, not like your chanting class 12 o'clock. Not like that. So transfer. It's very nowadays this modern technology helps me to give examples. So I can explain that how transfer can happen. File transfer, there is a file, there is an application called file transfer. So it transfer Veda file, Veda tick in that. Alright, so that's what happened. Vedansha Prahinoti. He gives Vedas. Because based on Vedas alone the creation is, and therefore he first transfers the Vedas to Brahmaji. To that Tamha Devam, to that effulgent Paramatma who gave Vedas to Brahmaji, one who is a Gnana Pradata, Guru principle, to that Paramatma who is Atma Buddhi Prakasham. This word has got several meanings. One meaning, simple meaning we will take. One who is a revealer of the knowledge of the self. Atmanaha buddhihi dhanam tastam tat prakashayati iti atma buddhi prakasham. The revealer of the knowledge of the self, to that Paramatma who had given Vedas to Brahmaji, and one who gives self-knowledge to all, to that Paramatma, Aham Sharanam Prapadye. Aham, I, Sharanam Prapadye, surrender. Sharanam Prapadye, together we can translate as surrender. Or Prapadye means resort. Sharanam means refuge. I resort to the refuge means surrender. Who am I? Mumukshuhu. I am seeker of freedom. Since I am a seeker of freedom, and freedom is by knowledge, and therefore for getting knowledge, I Sharanam Prapadye, this surrender to you. Why indeed? Means I have the attitude of surrender to the Lord, and the Guru who is the manifestation of the Lord. The right attitude towards the Guru is that Bhagavan is expressing in the form of Guru. No, sorry, I don't like this deifying. They call it deifying. I don't want to do that. So, if you can't see Guru as the expression or manifestation of Guru, at least you see Guru as the manifestation of blessings of Bhagavan. If you can see Guru as the manifestation of Bhagavan, well and good. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, very good. But some people say, this is too much. This is slavery mentality, feudalism and all this. Don't worry. So we tell that at least you see Guru as manifestation of the grace of Ishvara. And to that Guru Murti, Ishvara, Sharanam Prapadye. I surrender. I surrender to Bhagavan and I surrender to the Guru Shastra. And surrender means what? Having this Shraddha. And afterwards say Bhakti. Shraddha means sense of validity, which is Swamiji used to say very nicely. He said, you have surrendered to your eyes. You have sense of validity. You don't doubt what your eyes are seeing, generally. So that is for surrender. Similarly, surrender to Shastra and Guru, who are the manifestation of Ishvara. So a beautiful prayer is given here. And what is the nature of that Sharanya? Sharanya means the altar of surrender. Sharanyasya Swarupamaha. So the nature of the Sharanya is given. Nature of the Paramatma whom sadhaka is supposed to surrender is given in the next mantra. Nishkalam Nishkriyam Shantam Niravadyam Niranjanam Amrutasya Param Setum Dagdhendanamivanalam
Nishkriyam Shantam Niravadyam Niranjanam Amritasya Param Setum Dagdhendanamivanalam.
This Paramatma, which is Atma, is Nishkalam. Kala means parts. Nishkalam means partless. Paramatma is partless. He doesn't have part. Sorry, yesterday we said Swa, Avayava, Bhutei, etc. Fortunately or unfortunately, people forget. So no problem. Therefore, no question comes. Otherwise, contradiction. So that time itself I had told. It is not Avayava, it is as though Avayava. It is something like, sorry, as though he gave me the whole kingdom. As though means what? Really did not give. Similarly, as though is in Vedanta understanding, this word as though is very, very important. In Sanskrit, it is called iva. Small word, iva. But most of the questions are answered by this word iva. Iva is a very important word in Vedanta. More you understand Vedanta, you see the significance of the word iva, which you may miss somewhere. Nishkalam, partless. And therefore, Nishkriyam, it is actionless. Because for anything to have action, it should have some parts. Nishkriyam, Shantam, it is, Shantam is tranquil. And also, commentator says, Aparinaminam, that which is free from any modification. Shantam, it remains Shantam, undisturbed, no modification. That meaning also is there. Niravadyam, Niravadyam means faultless. Any dosha is not there. Means avidyadi dosha is not there. Brahman is free from avidya. And I am Brahman, therefore I am free from avidya. This is Swamiji used to say, I have said this, that only way to be completely free from ignorance is to discover yourself to be the witness of ignorance. I am Sakshi of all ignorance. Whatever ignorance, physics, chemistry, biology, Sanskrit, people have the thought, sorry, I don't know Sanskrit. Don't worry. I am Sakshi of that ignorance. So no problem. Therefore I am Niravadyam. Avadyam is dosha, dushtatvam. That is not there. Therefore, Niravadyam. Very nice. Somebody blames you, you always say, I am Niravadya. Don't tell him, he will be angry. But in your mind, sometimes you feel, no, Swamiji, I have not done something. I am accused of that. If you remember this, I am Niravadyam. Niranjanam. Niranjanam means taintless. Taintless. See, something may be free from defect earlier. When it came, it was our like gadgets. When it came, it was defect free. After slowly, one by one problem. But Brahman is what? Niranjanam. Stainless. Taint free. Niranjanam. Means nothing taints me. Whatever impurity is there in the body or sense organs or the mind, I remain free from all of that. Stainless I am. Like you have got a bank called Nirlepa. Nirlek people, Nirlek. I am like Nirlepa. Amrutasya param setum. I am the highest or the most exalted bridge of immortality. It's a very beautiful way. I am the bridge to immortality. Amrutasya means mokshasya. I, Brahmatma, am Param Setu, the most exalted bridge to immortality. How? By knowing me, Brahman alone, one can attain immortality. By knowing me, Brahmatma alone, one can get immortality. So now you can imagine how wise person will be enjoying this. See, all are studying what? Me. This camp is going on about whom? Me. I am the hero of the Vedanta story. I am the one who is studied by all. What a self-esteem one will have, even at this level. Satchidananda is the highest. But even this, one Mahatma was studying Panchadashi, he was asked, Maharaji, you are already a Jnani Purusha, why are you studying this? He said, I am seeing where all my glorification is done. How nice. All people are studying Shveta Upanishad, writing notes, by hearting. For whom? Me. Amrutasya param setu. People will generally have this, no, nobody cares for me, nobody considers me. I am very unlucky. Somebody, when the bus comes, everybody gets a seat, then my turn comes, the conductor say, out. Or what is say? Okay, go on, go ahead. Right? In North India, not South India, yes. They say right. Right means he is telling the driver that you go ahead. He said, when my turn comes, the conductor is right and I am left. So that type of situation is there. But this gives you very high self-esteem that I am Amrutasya Param Setu and Analam, fire. And here it refers to glowing fire, not burning fire. I am not probably burning everybody. So that you are doing already. But now here as Atma, I am like glowing fire. And to show it is glowing fire without smoke, Shruti wants to convey the glowing fire without smoke. Because smoky fire will not be glowing so much, will not be visible. And therefore he said, the Dhanam Iva Analam. Iva means like. I am like fire whose the Indranam, the fuel is burned. Means you have to imagine that charcoal or some wood, log of wood, where this only small piece is remaining, that amber. Have you know amber? Have you seen amber? That amber which is shining. And all other things are gone, and the ghee, etc. is not there, only the flame also is not there, only it is shining. Shining, glowing amber. Like that I am the smoke free, I am like smoke free fire. Means I am self-effulgent, I am self-evident self. This idea is given. So in this mantra, the nature of Brahman being free from parts, action, or any modifications, or any fault, or any taint, and the bridge to immortality. And self-effulgent, that idea is given. Now the next mantra. These are like assorted, assorted dish. So different ideas will come because you have selected. Now the one of the favorite topics of Shveta is what?
Yeah.
Very good. At least this much you remember. And that is presented in a very poetic manner. In the next mantra. Yada charmavadakasham Veshtayishyanti manavaha Tada devamavijnaya Kasyanto bhavishyati Upanishad has been telling, we have heard this, Natva Devam Sarva Pashapahanihi. By knowing Paramatma as oneself alone, there is freedom from bondage. This is what Upanishad has been telling. And that idea alone Upanishad wants to emphasize. But Upanishad now think that same sentence that I use, then people will be bored. And I don't want people to go with a sense of boredom. It is lastly thoda sweetness hona chahiye. And therefore making it really interesting. Same idea, but in different manner. Like there is an old wine in new bottle. So it is not a wine, but just wine like. Some people wine is very important. Alright, so the idea given is, Upanishad says, see, I have been telling you that without Jnanam, moksha is not possible. Dhanena moksha, dhanena moksha. But I think I can give you some discount. Without Jnanam also, moksha is possible. Cha? Without Jnanam also moksha is possible? Yes, it is possible, but condition apply. You know, like the advertisement, the right? Conditions apply. In one condition, what you have to do, you have got yoga mat too, you have seen yoga mat, how you roll it up? No, for after yoga class is over, you roll it up. Just like that, just do one thing. The sky is there, no entire sky, just roll it up, that's all. You roll it up, put it in your arm, under your arms, and bring it to me. That's all. If you do that, then without Jnana, you will get moksha. What a nice way of saying, you know. Very creative way of saying. Just as rolling up sky is not possible, similarly, without the knowledge of Paramatma, moksha is not possible. This is the message given here. So it is said here, Yada, when Manavaha, people, Veshtayishyanti, roll up, Akasham, sky or space, Charmavat, like leather. Like in olden days, they used to use deer skin, tiger skin. Now it is banned. Okay, don't use it. So we should not encourage people doing it. So charmavat, like the charma, the leather is rolled up. Similarly, you just roll up akasha. So when human beings roll up this space or sky like leather, tada, then Devam avignaya, without knowing Paramatma as Atma, dukkhasya antaha, the cessation, the end of dukkha, sorrow, bhavishyati, will happen. Means moksha will happen. Then people can roll up the sky like leather, then there will be end of dukkha, cessation of dukkha, without knowing Paramatma. Means what? It is not possible. Just as rolling up sky is not possible, similarly, without knowing Paramatma, knowledge is not possible. So from this you get one idea. So when you don't want to do something, no, somebody asks and you don't want to give, then you put something like this. I will give you. provided this. Alright. So idea is Jnanena eva moksha. Now in the concluding mantras, here who is the Rishi, the teacher who gave this teaching, and what was his qualifications? What was the qualification of the receivers? That idea is given in the next one. Tapah prabhavadev prasad Tapaprabhavadev prasadacha Tapaprabhavadev prasadacha Brahma Shvetashvatarotha Vidwan Atyashramibhyah paramam pavitram Provacha samyak rushi sangadushtam Shvetashvatara is the name of Vidwan. You remember what is Shvetashvatara? Atishena Shvetashvaha Shvetashvataraha means one who is having great mastery over his organs and the mind. That is Shvetashvatara. Vidwan was a knower, a wise person. Knower of what? Brahma Vidwan. Brahma is a Dvitiya Ekvachan. Brahma Vidwan, who was knowing Brahma, the knower of Brahman. Indeed. And how he got it? Tapaha Prabhava. Through the strength of tapas. Tapas means the austerity, and tapas has got several meanings. One meaning we have seen, doing one's duty properly, is accommodation of all pairs of opposite. And one more meaning is, tapaha means vichara. Focused enquiry is also tapaha. Tapasa Brahma Vijigdasasva. In Taittiriya, it comes tapah prabhava. So by the strength of tapas, the focused inquiry, Deva Prasadacha, and by the grace of the Lord, Shvetashvatara was knowing, came to know or was knowing Brahma. Atha, thereafter, after knowing Brahma, Provacha, he told. This is how parampara is. You learn from someone, you share with someone, teach someone. So that Vidwan Shvetashvatara, Atha, after means after knowing. Svanubhava Dardhyanantaram, after making it one's own appreciation, intimate appreciation, he told, he taught. What is that? Paramam Pavitram Brahma. Brahman, which is the most pure, the purest, the most sacred, the most purest Brahma, he told. And what type of Brahma? Samyak Rishi Sangha Jushtam. Samyak goes with both. Samyak Provacha, he told well. And this Brahman, which is Rishi Sangha Jushtam. Jushtam means which is adored, appreciated by Rishi Sangha, by the group of Rishis, seers. So Brahman, which is appreciated by the group of seers, Samyak very well. That Brahma Shvetashvatara told. To whom? Atyashramidvyaha. Atyashramidvyaha literally means sannyasidvyaha. To the renunciates. So, if a person is having this mental frame of sannyasi, that is what matters more. And therefore, atyashramibhyaha means the people having the disposition of renunciation. To them, he taught. Thus, this vidya is coming from the teachers, and vidya is preserved by the tradition of teachers. That idea is given in this mantra. Now, the next mantra, it is said that this vidya has been there from the beginning of this creation and even in the previous cycle of creation. And this vidya is to be given only to those who are deserving. Vedante paramam guhyam.
Vedante paramam guhyam.
Purakalpe prachoditam.
Purakalpe prachoditam.
Na prashantaya datavyam.
Na prashantaya datavyam.
Na putraya shishyaya va punaha.
Na putraya shishyaya va punaha. Vedante paramam guhyam. Purakalpe prachoditam. Na prashantaya datavyam. Na putraya shishyaya va punaha.
This subject matter, which was taught by Shvetashvatara to the renunciates, is Vedante Paramam Guhyam. It is Guhyam, highly what is called secret. Where Vedante in all Upanishads, this Brahma Tattva or the teaching of Brahma Tattva is present in a highly secret manner in all Upanishads. Jato Ekvachanam, Vedante Upanishatsu. And Purakalpe Prachoditam. Prachoditam means taught. Purakalpe, in the previous cycle of creation. This teaching of Brahma or Brahman which is taught was also taught in the previous cycle of creation. So it is not something new. It has been there since time beginningless. So problem also is there and solution also is available. Only you have to tap the source. And general instruction is given that this vidya aprashantaya na datavyam. The person who is not tranquil, prashanta means tranquil, aprashanta means non-tranquil, restless. To that person, na datavyam, should not be given. And here prashanta stands for sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. So a person who does not have sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, it should not be given. And aputraya shishyaya va punaha na datavyam. And this should not be given to the one who is not a son or a disciple. The idea is that son, which stands for daughter also, son, daughter and disciple, they have a shraddha in the source of knowledge, the teacher. If shraddha is not there in the teacher, then vidya will not help. And therefore, aputraya ashishyaya stands for shraddhavate, ashraddhavate. The people who do not have shraddha, to them also should not be given. So you can see that how much this consideration is there for this giving vidya. How much emphasis is given that this vidya should be given to only the qualified ones. Therefore, in olden days, they will not give vidya directly. They will say, you stay here for 1 year, do seva, you will be observed, and then it will be given. Compared to that, we are very liberal. All right. And now, in the last mantra, it is said that this Vidya, which is given in this Upanishad, will become clear to the person who has got Shraddha Bhakti in the Lord and Shraddha Bhakti in the Guru. That very popular mantra is given. Bhashyakara quotes this mantra very often. यस्य देवे परा भक्तिः
यस्य देवे परा भक्तिः
यथा देवे तथा गुरौ
यथा देवे तथा गुरौ
तस्यैते कथिताह्यर्थाः
तस्यैते कथिताह्यर्थाः
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मन इति
प्रकाशन्ते महात्मन इति यस्य देवे परा भक्तिः यथा देवे तथा गुरौ तस्यैते कथिताह्यर्थाः प्रकाशन्ते महात्मनः प्रकाशन्ते महात्मन इति
यस्य, for whom, the one who has para bhakti, the highest devotion, and it stands for Shraddha also. Devotion means what? Reverential love. Love with respect is called devotion. So, the one who has the highest devotion, Deve, for Paramatma. Paramatma, Saguna Paramatma also, and Nirguna Paramatma also. One has the love for that Brahman. Satyam Dhanam Anantam Brahma is so, it is so, what is called, loving to hear. It is so nice to hear. That type of feeling comes to the sound, this seeker. Goosebump they call it. And when I hear this Satyam Dhanam Anantam Brahma, wow. Even though I might not have assimilated, but the very revelation itself is so thrilling, and so much. I am what is called happy, pleased with hearing itself. That type of love for Nirguna Brahman is there, and devotion for Bhagavan, Ishvara, that he will take care as and when required. Whatever is required will be given. And similar devotion, Yatha Deve Tatha Guru, as the devotion one has with reference to the Lord, Deve, Tatha, similarly, Guru, with reference to Guru also that devotion is there. So one who has got highest devotion for Paramatma, Saguna and Nirguna both, and one who has got similar devotion for the Guru. Tasya, for that seeker alone, ete kathitaha hi arthaha. This subject matters, ete, these subject matters which are talked about in this Upanishad, kathita means told, taught. These subject matters, the topics which are taught in this Upanishad, prakashante, will be revealed, will become evident, will become clear. Tasya, for that person alone. So the person who has got devotion for the Lord and the devotion for Guru, for that person alone, this subject matter will become clear, effective. And for that person who has got devotion for the Lord and Guru is given a title, Mahatmanaha. Mahatmanaha means a great person, virtuous person. For that great virtuous person alone, this subject matter will become clear, effective. Swanubhavaya bhavati, bhavanti. For that person alone, this will become the matter of intimate appreciation. And prakashante mahatmanaha iti. So dvirvachanam, the repetition is done for marking the conclusion of the Upanishad, and also adarartham, for showing the respect, for showing this importance of this idea, repetition is done. So with this is the last mantra of the Upanishad. So you can feel, first mantra you have studied, last. In pratyahara niyam, in grammar, pratyahara is like that. क्या है इसको ना? Alright. So with this, the Upanishad is completed. I hope that you don't mind by taking 5-10 minutes more. Those who are in hurry can carry on. I will not feel bad. Okay, you can carry on. So last day I need to complete that, therefore I am taking. In this Upanishad, 4 topics are talked about. I have said earlier also, but in conclusion, as I am giving the essence, Brahma Swarupa, the nature of Brahma, Sopadhika and Nirupadhika, both attributed and attributeless, adjunct free and adjuncted, both are expressed. Adjuncted is in the form of Rudra, Vishesha Rupa and Vishwarupa. Means in the form of a particular form, Shiva, and also in the form of the entire universe. And also that Sopadhika Rupa is the Jagat Karanam, Jagat Niyata, that idea also is given. And Nirupadhika means it is free from all attributes. So that is the first topic, Brahma Swarupam. Second topic is that Brahma Dhanam alone is the means for moksha. That is the second topic. Several times, about 24 mantras, this idea has come. And the third one is Brahma Jnana Upaya. How to get this Brahma Jnanam? Abhidhyana, Ashtanga Yoga. By Ashtanga Yoga, which is a preparatory means, and the Sakshat Sadhanam is Abhidhyanam. Abhidhyanam is Dana Yoga, Shravana Manana Nividhyasa. So the third topic is Brahma Jnana Upaya, the means. And the fourth topic is Brahma Jnana Phalam, the result of Brahma Jnanam in the form of freedom, which is expressed in the form of immortality, expressed in the form of Vita Shoka, expressed in the form of Jivan Mukti and Vidya Mukti. So these are the 4 topics given in this Upanishad. Swamiji, what is the final message? ये तो बहुत सारा हो गया, बहुत very so much is there. Because some people must be thinking, oh my God, so many things. My head is reeling. Simple. I will tell you now. 3 sentences. I will tell you the message. Prepare yourself by Ashtanga Yoga, which includes Karma Yoga and Upasana. Prepare yourself by Ashtanga Yoga, which includes Karma Yoga and Upasana. First message. Second message is know yourself by Jnana Yoga, consisting of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. Here it is called Abhidhyana. So prepare yourself by Ashtanga Yoga, including Karma Yoga and Upasana. Know yourself by Jnana Yoga, consisting of Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasanam. And free yourself by Jnana. Free yourself by the Jnanam that I am limitless Brahma. Thus, this much is the message. Prepare yourself by Ashtanga Yoga, know yourself by Jnana Yoga, and free yourself by Jnana. Is it difficult? This is the message. Alright. So with this we conclude our session. In the next session we have puja and all. So that time perhaps I may have to speak. So that time I will talk about take home point. Now we conclude, and I am very thankful to Gangadhareshwara, Vijay Swami Ji, Swami Sakshat Ji and all for having this opportunity to share, to contemplate on Shvetashvatara, which I have not done. And thank you all. So you are very inspiring audience. So I congratulate all of you. Because of you, I also got inspired to talk. Otherwise, if you are not very active Shrota, then I will not have inspiration. You are my inspiration. So thank you all. And we express our gratitude to Bhagavan and conclude. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti. we'll have puja.